Looking at the slide before you right now, you see that everything, okay, yeah, thank you. So help post the YouTube link on the platforms. And like I said earlier, ask my PA to put on the Telegram platform. The screen here shows you that what we're coming to accomplish has to do with the aviation and the road aviation. So the air transport and the road transport. And you see the luggage is there, talks about logistics. Awesome. But there are more to this. And this presentation today would be guiding us through on what SWIFTtrip is, where we are, and how our customers will benefit from this. So how subscribers will as well benefit. You and I are subscribers of SWIFTtrip. So welcome on board, and it's gonna be awesome. So what's a SWIFTtrip? It's a Web 3.0 decentralized eco-chain enterprise, a robust platform we're building for robust service. So hearing that, you understand that it has to revolve around the blockchain. Blockchain is the engine that would drive this trend. Whatever I'll be showing to you that we're building here, the core services, they're all supported by the blockchain. So it means we'll be having a global currency, but our global currency called SwiftCoin will be able to interpret to your fiat, to interpret to you in your fiat. So what do I mean? If you're in Nigeria, you would see Naira. If you're in the United Kingdom, you see it as pounds, and it's going to be working with the actual rates or transactions globally that each currency is relating with the dollar. So it's quite amazing. One Swift coin to $1, same as the USDT, but with the top-notch feature to behave like your fiat. That has not happened before now. We're the first to make this, and it's something awesome. Hundreds of millions of dollars will be invested in this course, and to you who built SWIFTtrip with us, congratulations to you. Many don't understand the power of collaboration. They don't understand. And that's why people are marveled that $100 can make them owners of airports, an e-taxi business, an e-commerce business, a logistic business, a hospitality business. We're not telling you that each is on the ownership of $100 minimum. You want to be an owner of the aviation, $100. The e-taxi, $100. The e-commerce, so in total, you want to be an owner of all of this. It's $500 for the minimums. But we're saying $100 gives you all access. But people who won't understand the strength in collaboration, they'll be asking you a lot of questions. How am I sure that this can work? I just think that man just made people's money to disappear away with. So many comments. But does it matter? It doesn't matter, because we're going to find those who are going to build with us. This airport you see right on your screen. Alright, so we'll say SWIFTtrip Airways powered by SWIFTIFY, and we have Epic there, Eric there. All of these are companies already in this trend. We're not partnering with anyone. It's just an example of companies already in this industry. So if you've seen this, it means that people have done this already. It's a thing of the past. So when You share the information with someone, and that person feels undeserving to own something this massive. Are you to argue with the person to make the person begin to feel deserving? No. Move ahead and make great things happen. SWIFTtrip, powered by SWIFTIFY, the e-taxi business. An amazing trend. An amazing trend that's the Uber, the boats are already into this. So it's going to be really massive. And just a minute, let me get commerce business. Sorry for that break in transmission. Amazon Jumia already into that niche. And then we have the DHL. The DHL, the ops, what are they doing? Serving logistic needs. When people buy from the e-commerce, that's like the Swift Mats right here. When people buy, what is going to solve that would be the DHL kind of. So you buy from Jumia, how would you get it to you? DHL, Ops, AliExpress, GIG, there's so many. But in SWIFTtrip, we don't need a third-party company. SWIFTtrip handles that by its logistics service. Interesting. And that's the logistic business. So we now have also the hospitality that's going to take away that cost or event of our customers being stranded. Then it's going to be stranded. Yeah, though we'll have cases where it's going to be saying fully booked, fully booked, fully booked. It's going to be a good one anyway, because it's a structure built, no matter how gigantic, it must be fully occupied. Why? We are not just setting this up and expecting people to come patronize us. We are creating this industry. We are channeling the people. It's a community. And with a foundation of 2.4 million shareholders coming together to pioneer this, it's going to be something that the world has not heard of. It's going to be amazing. Come, step into this future with us. Step into this future. The future is right here. When people are wondering the future, the future, the future. Today was a future of 30 years ago to someone. Today is a future of 70 years ago to someone. Today is a future of 5 years ago to someone. Many said, I will be this, I will be that. Only to arrive in today, and nothing changed. Why? They didn't make any plan towards it. They expected things to just happen by mere wishes. Yes, when you listen to motivational speakers, they tell you it's good to think positively. But what you must ensure you take out of that meeting, if you're opportune to speak with anyone who's telling you to think positively, there must be an action applied. Without that action applied, it's just mere wishes. So we appear in every day, every morning, every night to talk about this. Our shareholders spread abroad, speaking about SWIFTtrip, regardless of people's opinion. It tells you that every single moment we're getting stronger. A lot of persons have been calling you back. Maybe you've been sharing this information to others, and they will call you, hey, please share this information with me again, because I just heard someone or some people talking about it. It is massive. It is spreading. And happy are they that are part of it early. You will know the advantage of having to know about this when you can call people on your contact list and they all tell you, we've not heard anything about SWIFTtrip. You don't know the advantage you have. And many persons who are not very optimistic, maybe inclined, when they call their friends and they find out that it's only them in that circle who have heard about it, they tend to chicken out. Like, are you sure it's really going to work? Are you sure this can work? If it will work, then many people would have heard about it by now. But happy are they that are able to walk through this trend when many are saying it's not going to be possible, because a time will come when everybody would say it's already a done deal. It has worked. At that time, there will be many who haven't even heard about it. There will be many who will hear it that day would say, we no longer are in need of any shareholder. Yeah, Coca-Cola passed through this process. Boats passed through this process. Uber passed through this process. Alibaba passed through this process. OnPassive passed through this process. Everyone out there passed through this process. Follow this process and let's make massive impact. So, as SWIFTtrip gone live, SWIFTtrip is currently at its development/vision phase and is calling out our subscribers to facilitate the business development. And we'll say subscription levels. You need to understand the subscription levels so that you can partake out of a share from this business. Whatever level you take, that's the only level you can have. You can't have two accounts. If you're a node holder and you want to upgrade, it will simply be upgraded maybe to the base or to the deluxe. If you're a standard, you only upgrade to the deluxe, right? So you can't have a standard account and a deluxe account at the same time. No. So you upgrade all the way. Even if you say, I'm a standard owner and I'm ready, I've already paid 64 million naira, $64,000, and I'm ready to pay a fresh $128,000 or 128 million in naira. And maybe the person will feel that when the CEO heard that, you say, wow, please come in. CEO will tell you, you've already bought one, upgrade, pay the difference. What you are going to pay 64 million, keep the other 64 million. And that's where many would. I've told us several times that you won't know me. You won't understand the kind of person I am. Not until I hand over to you the SWIFTtrip report. Some have said that it's not 2.4 million people. Don't worry. When he gets to maybe the 2.4 million persons, he's going to say it's now 5 million people, because he has eaten up all the money that he thought would be impossible to raise. He feels that 2.4 million people has had. That's why he's busy saying 2.4 million. By the time all of them come now, he will tell you 5 million people. And then some will say, before he gets to 1 million people safe, the guy has cashed out, he has made a lot, and he's going to disappear. And some will say it's just an advanced scam. The man is a hungry man looking for people's money to use in feeding his family. Some will hear that and say, he says trillions in dollars. Trillions in dollars. I beg, leave that thing. He's the one who will be the trillionaire in dollars after he has packed everybody's money and disappeared. What haven't we heard? It doesn't perturb us. There's no need of arguing about those statements. Just keep your mouth shut and do what you have to do. Why? If you fail, the naysayers will be so happy. They said it and it happened. The only thing that makes them shut up, remain silent for the rest of their life in regret, is success. So my people, go out there and succeed massively. Succeed beyond their expectation. So while I was speaking, I know you've already gone through the screen and you've taken a good look at the subscription levels. Ownership of the Deluxe, 0.05%. The ownership of the Note slot, 0.00001 to 5%. Keep that in mind. We'll be using it all the way. So when should we go in live? At the launch of, or rather the reach of 3% share of this system you see right here, the app. Once it's sold, we get launched. 5% of this app is offered to owners of the business, co-owners, co-founders. This app is not in existence. Come, let's found it together. That's why you're answering the name co-founder. You cannot be trying to find what has already been found. So if you're answering that name, nowhere, know that entitlement. It's not an easy title. When you brag tomorrow in the glory of SWIFTtrip, say, I am a co-founder of this. This aircraft, you see, now me get them. Oh my God. Do you know how people will look at you? You can decide to wear bedroom slippers and just move around. Nobody knows what your source is. You own a global hotel around the world. Nobody knows. You own a global taxi business all around the world. Nobody knows. The other day, I was observing my team in the headquarters, and they went out to prospect. So I was watching, and I saw some sets of people beside the bank, just waiting from 7 to 8. When they came back, I told them, I said, why didn't you go to prospect to those persons who are standing on a queue at the bank? One said, those persons are just people just standing there. The bankers are inside the bank. It's just people, you just see them dressed anyhow. They just rush. They have problems. They just came to report in the bank and all of that. I don't think they might have money to register in SWIFTtrip. I say, what? Are you serious? Do you realize that those persons standing with bedroom slippers right there, they are the makers of the bank? They are the makers of the bank. Those persons you think they are well dressed inside that bank, shishi, they no holo. Are you with me? Some are already in debt, just waiting for salary to settle their debts. Without those persons who are standing there, just dressed anyhow, those persons won't see salary. So please, when you find them again, talk to them, talk to anybody. You don't know who is who. Don't rate anybody by the way they dress. I remember when I was coming to Delta State for one of our campaigns last 2 years. Was it 2023 or early 2024? So the hub admin then in Delta, I use then because she's no more a hub admin. We don't entertain inactiveness. We don't entertain activeness. So I dropped her from being a hub admin after a while of being inactive. You know, some people think that, I don't know, maybe if it's to beg, please be active. No, if you've seen where we're heading to, oh my God. When we arrived there, you will know that you would have been active. Oh. So anybody now, maybe not everyone, but some person's mindset will feel that if they are prospecting SWIFTtrip or they are active in it, they are helping the CEO. But when you stay inactive and SWIFTtrip gets launched, that's when you would say, had I known. When Pastor Chris was coming up, he begged a man. He said, please give me your place for church service. I need just a hall there for church service. And the man, knowing the status of Pastor Chris, he said he's not going to give it to him, that they're going to spoil his stuff or whatever. He says he's not going to lease it for church. So, as at then, him giving it to them, even for rent, he's helping them. He's helping him, Pastor Chris. But suddenly, Pastor Chris became what he became. This man brought the whole building and say, I am led to sow it as a seed. This is no longer a hall for rent. He say, as a seed to you. Pastor Chris, being who he is, he didn't hide his mouth. He said, well, the time when we needed it, you didn't give it to us. No problem. Since you are now led to give the entire building to the church, we don't really need it anymore, but I think I might have who need it. He called one of his junior pastor. Please, take this and hand it over to you. In the man's presence. So, anything can be underestimated. Anybody can be underestimated, especially when they've not been able to display the glory they carry. But by the time they arrive in glory, many would now say, oh, if I had, and it's too late. So, back to it, the lady said, sir, he said the way people are rating you here, he said, we need a picture of yours that you are putting on suit. I said, the picture I have is that's one of my pictures on the website a long time ago. He said, no, we need the recent picture. I said, I don't put on suit. So I don't have any picture that I am having on, I'm putting on suit. He said, he says, when you don't have suit, he said, please go and buy suits. Dress heavily. He said, because the people who are coming, he said, come as a CEO. I said, please, you see this polo I'm putting on now? Polo and face scarf. That's what I'm putting on. My trouser and my can. That's what I'm coming with. I said, even you, let me not see you on that day that you are dressing this thing. And I say, come with your t-shirt. Come with your t-shirt. Carry SWIFTtrip. And let's move. What is the need of? And that day I landed with my polo. I landed. The next day, the same polo I wear, just different color. And we had an awesome seminar. It was great. So, anybody you see around, please share the information with them. If you're making up a list of people you want to talk to, delete the list. Delete it. The best way you can paint SWIFTtrip is going around the street. Anybody you see. If you have many contacts, you don't know what you're doing with, you don't know them. Call them. Hey, you don't have any special person on that contact list. The people you consider to be special, they are the ones who would throw it back to you on your face. Your friends, people you know they have money. They're just, you'll be wondering. But I want to help you with this thing. We've seen it happen over and over and over again. People who will complete and buy off this 3%. There are people who will be like that man in the Bible that Jesus made a parable. He said, the master prepared a feast, and he sent his servants, go out there and call my friends to come be part of this, the men and women that matters. Let them come partake of this banquet. And the man said, the servants came after a while. All your friends are making excuses why they won't come. If you read the Bible and apply it, that thing is business. It's business. It's not just about the kingdom of God. It's business sense. Jesus himself taught the people through that. But many people won't understand it. Your friends would find every excuse why they will not be part of it. Then the man said, what? Does these people know what I have prepared for them? Go out there into the streets. Bring in as many, anyone at all you find on the street. Tell them about this feast and bring them in. And the Bible said, people came and they had a great banquet. So today we have exited that place we are looking for people you know. We are in the place they call out anyone, call them in. This is not a race you are looking for billionaires and trillionaires. You are looking for celebrity and social media influencers. No, go out there, call anybody. Influence your environment. Influence your own space on the social media. A time is coming, all the bloggers and everybody will be looking for how to make big relevant talking about SWIFTtrip. Did you hear me? A time is coming, bloggers, they will, if they have not spoken about SWIFTtrip, their page will not be relevant. Don't jump into it. Just walk, grow into it. If you're an upcoming artist, have you seen the stress they pass through? They go to radio and say, play my music. The radio presenters will be maybe charging them money in order to air their music. You charge them money. They have to pay. If they pay just for one slot, they play it one slot and throw the music away. You pay for 100 slots, they play it 100 times and discard it. But when that music blows, when everybody is talking about it, that same radio station will carry that music and be playing. In fact, they would have already made a settlement with the copyrights, whatever, so that they won't come sue them for playing the music. They are playing it, paying to play it. But initially, they were begged to play it. Table turned around. It's what's going to happen in SWIFTtrip. Relax. Just keep sharing. Just keep doing the SWIFTtrip work. What can we do now? We talk. How the 2.4 million persons will come? It's not our business. It's not our business. It's not our headache. Don't ever see yourself thinking, cracking your brain, having sleepless nights about it. Thinking, will it happen before? Some say, before I die, can it happen? Don't die, you. Stay alive with us. Because me, I'm not going anywhere. Stop thinking thoughts that does not matter. Think what matters. What matters is, how do I go out there? Put the impact there. Share the information. You find what's happening. It's a done deal. Don't struggle for it. Just invest the baby steps every single day. A person wants to drag you into complaint, hello, or argument, move ahead. We're in the business of selling the 3% share volume, and we're gonna get 2.4 million units sold, each unit with an ownership of 0.00015%. 3 divided by the node share. We're calculating by the node share, okay? So to make it easier, we're selling 3%, we're calculating by the node share towards the launch of SWIFTtrip. So 3 divided by the node share, that gives you 2.4 million node units. Press it on your calculator. Just don't put the percentage because we're not calculating money yet. If you do that calculation properly, you're going to see 2.4 million node units. 1 subscriber to 1 unit. That's why we say it's 1 person to okay, 1 subscriber to 1 unit. That's why we say we need 2.4 million people. Good. Initial business launch is in Nigeria and the United Kingdom before we scale global. So what makes SWIFTtrip stands out? We call this the PYC. It's standing out based on this policy. Every other thing we showed you, you can prove their sustainability, you can prove their the works of how it's going to transform lives and all of that based on happenings before now. The companies doing those, the aviation, e-taxi, e-commerce, logistics, hospitality services, they are doing great. They're doing well. Profits moving on. Even the ones that are doing it in a very disorganized way. You can look at a hotel, very scrap, crab. But you will still see people booking it. You'll be shocked. If you are a person that like good things, there are kind of hotels that you will never dare to stay. But right before your eyes, visit the place, you will see people booking it. So something that is disorganized to the core. In these 5 core services, they are still in business. Go check the road transporters. You see a person who will leave home with just money for 1 liter of fuel. The person will come back with good money in his hands. Still making profit. It's a proof that this industry, man, don't miss it. It's a place we can build systems. And these systems build us for the rest of our lives. Let's collaborate and make it happen. So the PYC simply means paying our customers, whereby other companies before now simply would know their customers, know the customers, and never to pay them. They know them, they debit them, and all of that. So the knowing is really adding no value to the people, rather to the company. But in SWIFTtrip says, we know you, we pay you. And everyone is linked up together. Everyone working. I mean, the system working for everyone's financial benefit. The customer who book a ride will get 2% back. That same customer then considers this as his business and go all out to recommend customers, recommend drivers. That person will also be placed on payroll. That he earns 1%, 0.03, 0.1, 0.1 according to the generation he's in. On the driver side, the same thing. A driver is getting 80%. The company is getting 10%. And the shareholder is getting 5%. 100% successfully distributed with the owners of the business, with the service providers, with the person who booked the ride, and the people who recommended the patronage and the service. Don't miss this. You miss it, you can't forget the name SWIFTtrip. Don't miss it for nothing in the world. Hearing the PYC, you already know that it has come to overrule the KYC. So let's move on to, okay, that same structure is on the aviation. It's on the e-commerce. The same is on the logistics, on the hospitality, and who's behind SWIFTtrip. Okay, who's behind SWIFTtrip is God. Then the one whom God is using, the brain, Honorable Richard Nadi, the founder and the CEO of SWIFTtrip, sitting right here before you, and with so much appreciation to you to say thank you for believing in me. Thank you so much. So let's see how you profit as a subscriber. I was reading the book of Mark chapter 5 today. When I got to around that verse 30, oh wow, I got an insight like never before from that scripture. He said, and the woman decided in her heart that if she touched the hem of his garment, she will be made whole. And she pressed on and touched the hem of his garment. And the Bible says that virtue left him, Jesus. And he began to look for, who touched me? Who touched me? And the woman showed herself. And she was already made clean and whole. What struck my heart was, you know, let me go with this way. You know, some people say, Father, bless me, Father, bless me. By that scripture, it dawned on me that God doesn't need that kind of prayer. What he celebrates, what he honors, what he loves is, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am a blessed person. Let me just use that analysis. Nothing is working. Nothing is working in your life. Just begin to say, I am a blessed man. I am a blessed woman. Don't begin to say, Father, bless me. Oh, Father, please bless me. No. There is a source that doesn't need to be aware of your requests. And it's going to always grant you what you need. Only if you go by faith. What he honors is the faith. Father, bless me. Father, bless me. There is no faith in it. I am blessed is what draws the blessing. So if Jesus was that source of healing, many out there were saying, Son of David, please bless, heal me. Heal me, heal me. And he will always cut out of that healing and give to them. And so he found one who didn't ask for the healing and took from the healing without his permission. And he said, what a great faith. And I have never seen this kind of faith in the whole of Israel or Jerusalem or wherever he was. Adopt that. Walk by dogged and rugged faith. Stop considering. Hey, stop considering. What if you fail? It doesn't exist. You only can fail if you are failed in your heart. And what's failure actually? Failure is just that you gave up. You stopped doing that thing. You stopped talking about it. But you refuse to stop. Nothing can stop you. You can't fail. Get what you want. The future is yours. Get hold of it. Stop praying, Father, I want to be worthy. I want my future to be great. That's not a prayer. My future is great. That's a prayer. My future is great, and I know that it's massive. Soon my glory will be known. Not, oh, Father, may your glory be upon me, and so that the world can see. No. Release it. You have it. It's in you. Tap from the source without permission. You don't need permission to receive from God. You don't need his permission. Get what you need out of it. That's what the book of Mark taught us. Go by it. If it was wrong, when Jesus looked for the person, he said, don't ever try that again. Seek for my permission first. But when he saw the person, he said, wow, what a great dimension of faith. That's why the Bible went on to say, without faith, it said it's impossible to please God without faith. So those prayers of Father bless me, it's not pleasing God. It's not pleasing to him. I'm telling you, nobody needs to teach me this one. It dawned on me today. It doesn't please him. What please him? I am a blessed man. Then he will know that you are actually the son of the true God. Do you know who you are? Then act like who you are. If you have come to realize that you say now God born you, let's do it this way. I did it the other time. Let's do it this way. You are Tinubu's son. Whether they like him, they don't like him, you are his son. You are Buhari's son. You are Donald Trump's son. Doesn't matter who the person is. Just let's say you are a son of a president, and you are embarking on a thing, maybe a project. Will failure cross your mind? The only thing that will be crossing the mind is what that can make a person feel like I will fail or in this thing. Is because will I see the money? Can I get a backup for this thing? So put yourself in that shoe where you have everything back in. Will you think failure? That's who you are. You are not the son of Trump. You are not the son of whomever. You are the son of God. Not the son of your father who never left his village. You are not his son. He only gave birth to the flesh. I think I'm just teaching someone another thing today. I don't come up for SWIFTtrip. And so it be at times. SWIFTtrip, don't worry, we'll come back to you. You possess a spirit born of God. So how will you act when you know that your father has everything? See the 2.4 million people, he's in our father's hands already. He has given us. The other time a man came here and said, pray. He said, let's pray that God open the eyes of people. And he said to us in that meeting, don't pray such prayers. He said, because the eyes of everyone who needs to be opened about this has been opened. Just go look for them. They are out there. The process of finding them builds your strength, your stamina to carry on the success of this thing ahead. We will be owners of airports. We'll be owners of airports. We will do this, we will do that. And you just came out in 2021 and God gave you the people. Think you will survive the success? Many don't understand why great things takes time. Many don't understand why he that owns it is deciding to delay it. If he pumps you with that blessing at once, the success will kill you because you are not prepared for it. He wants to make you. He wants to build you. He wants to refine you. So whatever it is that you are pursuing, go for it and allow God to carve you. When he's done with you, you will understand that there was never delay. The time, he's never late. The time he will get it done, all you will be saying is, Father, thank you. No matter how you need it now, by the time he is finished and he brings that thing, you will see, there will never be, if he gave you that thing, you will never see the delay in it. It will always be in the perfect time. Well, I don't know why I spoke like that. All of the things I said, I don't know who it's for. But if it has helped you, congratulations. Now back to the matter, SWIFTtrip. How you profit as a subscriber. Case study, Deluxe, 128 million, the ownership 0.05%. And we're using the case study of the note slot, 0.50125%. And then we say SWIFTtrip per trip analysis. We're showing you this because you're going to be earning on every single transaction per trip. You're going to be earning on every transaction. So, if that be the case, then it's good you understand how to calculate. Play around with any figure you like, but just understand how this calculation is done, and you'll catch up. Let me be sure the Telegram viewers can hear me. I'm wondering why, because I'm monitoring it on my device. Okay, thank you so much, Ambassador Jerry. I heard your voice. Thank you. Now, $4 multiplied. Okay, on this we're looking at the trip has been conducted in the United States. So already we say we are launching in Nigeria and the United Kingdom. So on this slide, we are already performing beyond these two countries. We are now in the United States. $4 was paid. If you are a Deluxe owner, 0.05. Multiply that. Add the percentage sign. Now you are calculating money. What do you get? 0.002 cents. $0. 0.002 cents. If you calculate in Naira, Nigeria, that's 2,000 Naira. That'll give you 1 Naira. All right, so we see the note slots, $4. $4, just a minute. I'll be back. Okay, yeah. $4 multiplied by the note holder's share. That gives you what? 0.705 cents. Are you seeing how small this thing is? This thing is dropping small. Why? Because it drops unlimitedly. There is no cap to this thing. You earn for the rest of your life. I will be in the grave. I will still be earning from SWIFTtrip. It's going to be paying me. The bones has turned to sand. I will still be earning. And because I don't need it anymore, I can't rub cream. I can't do anything. Then the grave. Who will be making use of the money? The person I gave my account to. Yeah. So if you are there, ensure you write. You write, because you know none of us will live permanently here on the earth. Good. So carry your family along. Number one, write it on your will, so that your lawyers can read it to the people who are coming. This is your account, how to log in and everything. Carry them along. The company will not do that for you. Has anybody died and the bank begin to call? Why is this account not taking debits? We need to find the people who owns the account. Has bank ever done it? Has Binance ever looked for you when you lost your wallet? They're not looking for this. Why is it static? No. Carry your family along, because by then I'll be singing hallelujah, hallelujah in heaven. It's my desire that every shareholder make heaven. Don't make this kind of money and you lost your soul. There's no gain. Make heaven. Just believe in heaven foolishly. The same way you believe in SWIFTTrip now, foolishly. You have every sense needed to talk what the people out there are saying. That's not going to work. It's like a past scams. It's whatever. Or you decide to foolishly pretend like say you don't get sense, and you follow SWIFTTrip and carry it passionately. Carry heaven like that, though. So that when we reach there, we say no heaven. We can say, okay, so what else can we be doing here? We see that no hell. We can say, what else can we do? Carry it seriously. As we are planning for our future, plan for your eternal life. I don't know why Holy Spirit is speaking to me now. Maybe I have somebody here who doesn't believe in Jesus. Plan, no. If you don't plan, you say the CEO told you before. Plan it. Money will no longer be a problem. So don't say it's money that you were pursuing that now made you not to make heaven. Cents can become millions, billions, and trillions of dollars. I've heard many Christians say, and since we will die and go to heaven, what's the need of making money? I'm not that kind of Christian, no. No. On this earth, Jesus. I'm pursuing that title, world richest. World richest. If I don't hit it, I'm not permitted to die. So somebody will say, what will he be looking for that kind of title for? World richest man on the earth. Is it not vanity? Yes, so 0 naira in the account is vanity. Or vanity, allow me to choose my vanity. That's my own. A very wealthy Christian. That's what I want to be. So, Christians should stop being lazy because of heaven. It's not the will of God for us. It's not his plan at all. Let our brain work, and we'll make a lot of money, and the kingdom race will be sweet. So let's see how that can happen. I'm skipping per day analysis. Per month analysis, you can go through that yourself. But let's see where we could be in 5 years from now. Yeah, I love how that unveils. See that? Wow, that's the future, the future, the future. 5 years from now. Interesting. It's going to be so great that the same way that thing just flashed, zoom. 5 years, no, not 5 years from now, 5 years after the launch of SWIFTTrip. Yeah. Hope the network has not taken me out of the Telegram meeting. Sorry. Today's network is not very funny. Yes. It will just be like a flash. When you will be in the glory of this thing we have built from nothing into something. The other day when I said that we were building from nothing into something, somebody went to chat the person that brought me to the meeting and say, I don't like that in my head. I want to build something that is already known. I cannot build it from nothing. So the person who probably said, please sir, don't say that again, that we are building from nothing. I said, which kind? I said, please, hope you join the meeting next time. Say yes. As I see the person for the meeting, I said, we are building from nothing to something. You understand it too. Nothing at all into something that the world will be shocker. So whoever understands that, congratulations. You don't understand it. I don't know what to say. You get this? It's going to be a world changer. So this future we talked about, say future. The same way today now, if you think about your secondary school days, it's almost very close. You can't even, you think about university days. You're wondering, you have a gray hair now. Think when the hair was black. It was not quite long. As this thing just flashed in 5 years, that's how in that time, when you are in that realm, where all of the things we're talking about has manifested. Think back to when we were nothing. You will see it wasn't far. Only the day they said SWIFTtrip is launched. SWIFTtrip is launched. You've forgotten all the process already. The day you earn that cent I showed you, consider yourself a trillionaire in dollars. So let's see how this goes on. 5 years calculation. 0.50 125% multiplied by $4 gave us 0.705 cents, and we're looking at 50 trillion trips. 50 trillion trips. So when you want to calculate this to someone, the person is arguing with you, simply help the person by asking the person, what's comfortable to the year? What year do you think this can happen? Excuse me. The person can say 50 years is okay. And say, okay, no problem. Just follow on the 5 years we're giving to you. If it happens to you in 50 years, awesome, but you don't need to argue and miss it. Argue and join. Argue and join if you must argue. Don't argue. They say 50 trillion. You are now arguing that 50 trillion is not possible. You didn't ask yourself, okay, what if 500 million is possible? Let me follow. 50 trillion is not possible. You missed it, and suddenly the company is in 50,000 trillions of trips in 5 years. The way people argue about some things, it baffles me. That's why I say don't bother argue. Just tell the person whatever is comfortable with you, follow. If the person says it's not doable at all, then that person has not to leave the person. What's there to argue about? 1 naira multiplied by 50 trillion, that gives you 50 trillion naira. 0.02 cents multiplied by 50 trillion trips gives you $100 billion. 0.0 in 4 places, 25 kobo gives you 1.25 billion. Amazing. So we're not saying that on the 5 years before you can make all of this. In the space of the first trip that was performed, you can make your withdrawal. That sense, you can have it. It's yours. But you want it to grow into a reasonable amount. $10 reasonable for you. $100 reasonable to you. Just wait, make your withdrawals, and it's your money. The company will never tell you. You want to withdraw, but there's a time that we'll get to a point. $100 would replicate itself over 10 times in a day. That is, you withdraw. If it's $100, after sometimes trips has happened in millions of places. You go look, $100 come on, you take it. $100 you withdraw. If you want to withdraw 30 times in a day, it's up to you. This is a blockchain technology. You will share this information with somebody, and the person will tell you, blockchain, okay, show me where the CEO has removed the ownership from the chain. Haven't they showed you where so many, all those things they say, ownership this, ownership that. Haven't you joined businesses that crashed with all the ownership removed? Let's be wise. So when a person argues that with you, ask the person the same question. Haven't you joined businesses that ownership was removed from blockchain and it still crashed? This is not the usual kind of Ponzi. that we know out there. They tell you put this money and you get so amount, so time. No, this one, nobody is earning from their share. Until a driver picks a passenger, you earn. So let's go build it together. And we'll see the subscribers' asset growth. Awesome. We say SWIFTtrip will make you $1 trillion in dollars. People have seen that, and because of this statement they see or heard, they say they won't be part of SWIFTtrip. That didn't make me to remove it from the slide. In fact, that's why I added it to the slide. So in case I forgot to say it, you will see it on the slide. We're looking for people who like what we're talking about and not those who want to bend us to what they're comfortable with. We want to take, in fact, we can't bend. Instead, we stretch the person into what we like. Since maybe we are too high, the person wants us to bend. We stretch that person into greater beliefs. So we'll go look at Elon Musk, look at Mark Zuckerberg and say, none of these men has ever been trillionaires in dollars. Their rating on Google is 200 and something billion dollars. So who can say trillions in dollars? My God. When you hear people talking out of ignorance, and they are so audacious inside that ignorance, fixing their own limits of the possibilities of their life and future and destiny based on another man's limits, it shocks me. It shocks me, and I don't know how people do that. So please keep sharing SWIFTtrip, keep sharing SWIFTtrip. Madam Ngozi Akpabio, let me hear your mic. You said the screen is not clear. It's clear from my end. Let me see. Leave the meeting, join again, and it should be clear. If it's clear from my end. Madam Christy Akpabio, how are you doing, ma'am? Unmute your mic. Okay, can you hear me? All right, maybe it's network. You can't even unmute your mic. That should be network, ma'am. So we say, passionately, purposefully, persistently, help people, help them. A person like that who is saying nobody has become a trillionaire in dollars, that person needs help. But you see that person is speaking and talking as like saying now you need the help. It's very difficult to help such people. That's the one Jesus said, when you are in darkness and you think that darkness is light, he said, how great is that darkness? How great is that darkness? You see a person who have limited his life according to other people's possibility, and the person is so strong on that statement. Before you can even help that person, it needs a repeated work. So that's where persistence comes in. Be persistent about it. Don't give up until you've well educated the person about SWIFTtrip. When you've educated the person and see that the person has refused to learn, that's when you say, I cannot stay with you here forever. I have a lot of people to help. Move along. Go help others. Leave the same result and fulfillment, which is more money in this stage now. In this stage, I've shown you the future. I want to show you how you make money now. It's so important to understand that you can make money in the future. And why people are saying, it don't they pay, tell them, say, it don't they pay. You can make money now in SWIFTtrip. Oh, it don't they pay. So let me show you how you get that money. More money, how do you earn it? We say SWIFTtrip business, media business pays. Media, can I see the screen? Yeah. SWIFTtrip media business pays. Just become the voice of SWIFTtrip. Just be the voice. Talk about SWIFTtrip here and there. Don't care about who is joining today. They will join tomorrow. I, the CEO, tell you that. When they see the consistency of our passion, they have no option that they'll come and buy it higher. Only them that said it's not going to work, they will go home and see it. Their head will reset. It will reset. And they will follow. They will come back to you and ask you, say, that thing you talk about. But if they are able to quench your passion, if they are able to quench that fire they see in your eyes, if they are able to take away that confidence they see in your voice or they hear in your voice, they will be so happy. That is what they want. That's what they are trying to do to you. If you refuse to let go of that confidence, if you refuse to let go of that fire in you, they will become afraid of what they are going to lose out from. Do you know? They'll be afraid. And that fear will drive them to come back to you and say, please, 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 that you told me about. How can I become part of it? And once they say that, awesome. If they come in as stakeholders, you get 10%. But that stake will soon be going out. Very soon, within a month, you won't be able to become a stakeholder in SWIFTtrip anymore. The base is 400 nodes put together, and we're giving it to you today for 2 million naira. Go calculate 79,000 naira times 400. You understand what the base actually is. Go calculate the deluxe. It is 40,000 units put together, 40,000 node slots put together, given to you for 128 million. Calculate 49,000 by 40,000. You will understand that it's in a highly subsidized rate. Get it while you can. Just within a month, it's over. You can no longer be a stakeholder. Don't miss it. So the person hears it and becomes a node holder. He pays 79,000 naira today, which is $79. You are getting what? $15 out of that. $15. How did you get that? $19 is what that person is paying for advert. $19. Today we are paying $19 from every $79 that comes to the account. So the project fee there is $60, right? Yeah, 60. $19 taken for advert. Was I the one who advertised to the person? No. Was it Madam Christy Ababio? If the person she brought here, that one is her own. The one you brought to this meeting is your own. The one you share this video on YouTube to, that's your own. Nobody takes it from you. You advertise to that person. And that person paid for advert. The company will not sideline it and say, you know, we are in a vision stage. The company doesn't need that money. It is deliberately added so that we can keep moving on and moving on through this process and get great things happen. Show me a company that does not advertise. I'll show you a dead company. Show me a company that spends a lot in advertisement. I will show you a company trending in the mind of the people. All right? The more you spend, the more you invest in advertisement, the more awareness is created. Mind you, there are many persons that would say that $15 is too small for SWIFTtrip, for them to advertise SWIFTtrip. Yes, it's too small. A time is coming. A time is coming. Just very short time from now. The advert bonus in SWIFTtrip. Many will be rushing to just come talk about SWIFTtrip, and they get paid. Oh my God. They get paid. Do you know so many persons work out there is just to talk? These celebrities you're talking about, what pays them? Advert. I was watching, you know, Destiny Tuku. All of us know her in Nigeria. She was acting in her channel on YouTube. The next thing, film just caught advert. She was talking about something else. Just talk. Movie started again. The thing that made her to go at that movie was the advert, the company she's talking about now. Is it Sabinus? Why do you think he can afford whatever he wants to afford today? Advert. People are paying him as ambassador just to talk about their company. No, don't talk about it. Then we'll know who pays you. Anybody you see seeking for awareness, say I'm a social influencer, is looking for people's products to advertise. Are you with me? Mark Zuckerberg you're hearing about today. Rich. What's making you so wealthy? Advert. He created a system, and you want to be here, you want to be heard. He looks for people content that is interesting, puts your video there, people watch it. He pays share. He cuts a share from that money you paid him. He pays the content creator. So content creator makes money and willing to do more advert on his platform. He's relaxed in making money. Somebody have not seen the reason to build systems. If the one I explained now has not taught you why you should build systems, Nigeria should have taught you. Just the economy of Nigeria has taught you that it's time to go global. build a system whereby you can sleep and make money. This kind of inflation, do you think it's affecting man like Obasanjo, who's earning kobo kobo kobo? No, no, it doesn't. So adverts pays. It pays a lot. If you want to be um, to earn right now with SWIFTtrip, please, please, please talk about it. The company is going to pay you handsomely. If they don't come in now, when they come in later, guess what? You will earn higher. There are many people who told people when it was 5,000 naira. If they had come in, you would have earned just $1.5. But many of those persons came in yesterday. They paid in yesterday. You earn $15 instead of $1.5. Imagine the difference. Imagine the difference. Soon as they will come in, they'll be like, wow, thank God I told this person then. The earlier you tell people, the more quick they will come in, because you'll be the first to tell them, and then soon as they will hear it from other people, and they will come back to you and say, I heard it too. It's like if you didn't tell them, they will hear it elsewhere and they're part of it. It's just like those people who will hear about it now and say, no, I am reserving my reputation. Reserve the reputation. You don't want to share the information to others. People will harvest, they will harvest that community you think you have. They will harvest them. Before you will come and say, bam, have you heard about SWIFTtrip? Everybody in your community has heard of SWIFTtrip. So please tell them early. Oh my God. So indirect, you get from the $19, $15 has been paid to the first man, $2.5 paid to the other man, $1 paid to the third man, $0.5 paid to the fourth man. All of this 1,000 naira calculation. So in naira, it is 19,000 naira. Multiply that by 2.4 million units to be sold. That's 45.6 billion. 45.6 billion. There's no one here who will say, I beg you, it's children's thing to talk about it. No. It's not at all. You can become a billionaire right now before SWIFTtrip launch. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Thank you so much. I love you. You continue selling the units. You've sold 50 units. The company says thank you with a $50. You are now a SWIFT runner. You sold 500 units. The company says thank you with a $1,000. You become an icon. You've sold 5,000 units. The company says thank you with a $10,000. You become a SWIFTtrip star, the face of SWIFTtrip. Congratulations, able shareholders of SWIFTtrip. Now let's see. Where I will say, do not miss the SWIFTtrip profit share offer. Interesting. Don't miss it for nothing in the world. And subscribe now. To subscribe now, you will simply pay to SWIFTIFY Technologies, and that is Nigeria accounts 200-460-7389 as Naira account rather, and we have USD pounds euro over there. FCNBNG LAXX will be the SWIFT code to make those transactions, and if they send proof of payment to the person who told you about SWIFTtrip, name, email, phone number, and that person would now take the receipt of your payment to the company. We have the company global admin in person of Orinami Ayo, plus 2348066695332. That's the headquarters. You can always reach the headquarters through that. If you don't have a hub admin of SWIFTtrip in your state, we just had an Abuja hub admin yesterday. Congratulations. Do we have him here? Maybe network didn't allow him to join. Shedrack Yakubu, great. He's here with us. Oh, Mr. Shedrack, how are you doing? Were you at you were in the live event at Lagos? Is that what I'm seeing here on your DP? Oh, wow. I'm sharing my screen so that we'll see that.
Yes, sir, I was.
Oh, wow. You see why pictures are good? I'm coming. Share screen. I'm sharing my screen here. Great. That's Ambassador Shedrack Yakubu, the man on black. Yeah, this is Dr. Tamke, the Edo hub admin. Always a mover. You can see it on their cap. So that's the Abuja hub admin, Mr. Shedrack. And his contact is 280-08027575615. That's for the records, the audio record on Telegram. Yeah, great. So thank you so much, sir. You just became a hub admin yesterday, and we are happy to have you standing solidly with us. Thank you for all you do. We appreciate your presence. Great. Can I hear from you? Mr. Shedrack. I'm into Mike. Are you in the working place? I was hearing background voices there.
Yes, I'm in the office.
Okay, you're in the office. Oh, all right. Okay, so maybe we'll talk later on. I know I didn't see you.
Yes,
I didn't meet you in person in Lagos, right? I didn't meet you in person.
Yes, when you introduced, I was the Abuja person.
Oh, wow. That's great. Thank you so much for all you do for SWIFTtrip. It's great. All right, so yes, we'll talk later, maybe at night. Congratulations.
Yes,
It's awesome.
thank you, sir.
We're proud of you. Okay, so I want to introduce other hub admins in the house. You can always reach to them. We have right here Madam Christy Ababio, the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Lagos. She's the hub admin in Lagos and doing great things for us over there. So if you have invited a prospect to this meeting and that person has made payment and forwarded to you the payment proof, you are to send the receipt. If you are based in Lagos as a shareholder, you send the receipt to Madam Christy Ababio. She gives you an activation code. You go register your prospects. Congratulations. And we have Ambassador Chukwuemeka. He's the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Abakaliki, Ebonyi. I think I'm having a lagging on my device, so I'm going to end the share here. Great, and just do it this way. Okay, that's Ambassador. Okay, something would not be right. Just a minute. I want to do this for the Telegram viewers. Yep. That's for the Telegram viewers. You can see my screen. Aha. So, I come again. Yeah, that's Ambassador Chukwuemeka. And his contact 070 38613853. That of Madam Christy Ababio in Lagos 080 37143528. And we have Ambassador Jerry Odu, the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Port Harcourt City, River State. So if you're in River State and you have a receipt from your prospect, send to Ambassador Jerry Odu on 08098845834. And we have, Anthony. Thank you so much for all you do for SWIFTtrip in Italy. We hope you'll be the hub admin of SWIFTtrip soon in Italy and relieve Ambassador Martins from the two countries, Italy and France, which is heading right now. Thank you for all you do. We have, Evangelist Tommy Sunday, the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Imo State, and his contact is 081-6978-9865. Reach out to him if you're based in Imo State. We have co-strategists, hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Lagos as so. So that's +2348066992138. Reach out to her. We have Model Hadiza, soon being the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in the United Kingdom. Thank you so much for all you do for SWIFTtrip. We appreciate you earnestly. Thank you. Ambassador Cyprian, hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Enugu State. Thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip over there. Your prospects are to send the receipt over to you there. Okay, those are the hub admins we have in the house. Hope I didn't skip anyone. All right, so thank you so much. Oh. Thank you, boss. Thank you so much. Ambassador Dr. Tamke. Okay, when I mentioned you on the profile of Ambassador Shedrack, I thought I've called on you. Sorry for that. So Ambassador Dr. Tamke is the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Edo State. Reach out to him to register your prospects. You are in Edo State and someone has sent you a payment receipt right now. Forward to Ambassador Dr. Tamke, and his contact for WhatsApp reaching out is 09030433400. So I'm ending the record on the Telegram channel and I'm forwarding it to the Telegram group everywhere. Share to your friends and all of that. They'll be happy to come across it. So if you have any question, we'll be happy to attend to your questions. And if there are no questions, we'll be glad to hear from any of our ambassadors in the house who the mantle will fall on to speak to us today. Thank you so very much. We have Elube Ifine. Is it your first time? Have I called that name before? Okay, no, it's not your first time. Thank you. So while waiting for hands to be raised, kindly click the middle button to speak if you want to say, maybe on whatever I've not talked on. But the mantle falls on co-strategist, Obadmin of SWIFTtrip in Lagos. Since 2021, she has been with us, standing firm, and we appreciate all you've done for SWIFTtrip all these years. God bless you, and I know you are so happy seeing SWIFTtrip from nothing transforming into something today. Let's know how proud you are, and let's hear an advice from you to us. Madam Co-Strategist, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, madam. Great to hear that energetic voice today. So, over to you. Speak on, ma'am. Hope you heard me. Your mic is muted, though. Can't hear you.
Okay, you want me to say something?
Oh, you don't know what I was saying? Okay, let me come again. Let me recap. I said, you've been with us since 2021. You've seen us transform from nothing into something today. Let's know your mind. How proud are you? And also give us an advice to the shareholders of SWIFTtrip, the able shareholders, and to those joining us for the first time. Over to you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I actually joined SWIFTtrip, if I'm not mistaken, that's 2021, though I was skeptical. But my push that time was, what if, people always say, what if it doesn't work? My own push was, what if it works? It now works, what happens? So I now told myself that, you know what, I'm just going to buy this and remove my eyes, because if it works tomorrow, I will not forgive myself. So I just bought it and kept. That was, I think, the base slot then. Then when they started selling the notes, by that time we were doing manual. There was nothing like Apple. You will pay, and you will now send your details. Then they will now send you, even the MOU was sent on WhatsApp, not even email. So it was that raw, that starting point. So before we even now began to have the app. So when the app came and the price was 5,000, I said, this is a very good chance for me to buy for all my family members. So I bought for all my siblings. I kept it. I said, well, what if it works? Let it be there. So over the time, I now noticed that, I said to myself that, do you know that I've not lost a dime in SWIFTtrip. I may have done other things in the past, and I discovered that I kept losing. But I told myself that, but with SWIFTtrip, I've never lost a dime. Rather, when I invited people, I've gained. I've never lost one kobo. So I would like to say to us that in SWIFTtrip, You will never lose a dime in SWIFTtrip.
Thank you.
That chinkly 5,000. Hey, my God. I paid that time for my sibling. You know, I've been calculating what they will be earning when we launch. That will free me forever. No, nothing like urgent 2K again. That was my idea then. That if I settle this, my people, in future, I'm not sure anybody will come to me for urgent 2K. Everybody will be settled for life. And one thing I love about SWIFTtrip is that transgenerational aspect of SWIFTtrip is a business that is transgenerational. That means to say you can pass it from one generation to the other. You know, we always make an analysis using the e-taxi, for example. Now, I've been opportune to work at the airport. I used to use the analogy of the airport, owning an airport, for instance. Now, I will say to some people, do you know landing cost, that an airline is landing, that you are landing on, if you know MMA2, that MMA2 airport is a private airport concessioned by the federal government to an individual, to a private company, and that company is called Courtney. And the owner of that private airport is Babalaki, that company is Babalaki. Now, landing cost, that an aircraft lands on that airport and chucks on the Avro Bridge, if you are going to use the Avro Bridge, my brother, it's nothing less than $10,000. $1,000. I'm not sure if it's per landing or per day, but just imagine all the airlines landing. Let's even assume it's per day. Let's not say it's even per landing. Let's assume it's per day. So imagine, you know, many aircrafts landing on that day alone. So I just say, okay, let's just assume that it's just one airline that is landing, one aircraft that is landing, and they are paying $10,000 that day. By the time SWIFTtrip pay their taxes to federal government, of course, is regulated by federal government. Federal government oversees it.
Sure.
NCA oversees their operation, okay? And they pay taxes. So now, let's say they give federal government maybe $2,000, $3,000, maybe paying their tax and all that, and the remaining $7,000, dollars or not naira. And now SWIFTtrip now give me my own 0.000 time 125, yeah? There's 0 in 5 places, if I'm not mistaken. 125% of that money every day. That's only on the airport. Oh. We have not talked about the e-taxi, we've not talked about the hospitality, we've not talked about the logistics. Only airport alone. It's mind-blowing. So every day I'm always calculating what my people will earn and how I'll be free financially for life. So if you're on this call tonight, don't look at the money. You know, like people always say that money is not even up to a bag of rice. Don't look at the money. Just invest it. You know the way we invest in shares in Nigeria, in all these other shares, when you are buying bank shares. You don't buy it and you are waiting the money will come, na. Sometimes they will even send you 20 kobo in a year. You understand? You buy shares and keep. You know that in future it's going to appreciate and your dividends will be increasing. So that's just what I have to say to us is that hold on to your shares very tightly. SWIFTtrip is a transgenerational business and nobody will ever lose a dime with SWIFTtrip.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, madam. I appreciate you. That's awesome. From co-strategist all the way from Lagos. That's the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Lagos, hub admin 4. So you're in Lagos, you can reach out to her with the proof of payment from your prospects. Every one of us we've heard from one of our ambassadors in the house, ambassadress. So let's be here again by 8 p.m. It's going to be awesome, talking about SWIFTtrip. It's going to be fulfilling, sharing the information of SWIFTtrip. So what do we do? While we've closed, use the day to tell someone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 persons about the meeting at night. Look for those persons who will tell you, I have not heard about SWIFTtrip before. That's what we are hunting for right now. Have you heard about SWIFTtrip? Yes. Are you a shareholder? No. Why have you not been a shareholder? Better be a shareholder. Have you heard about SWIFTtrip? No. Be part of the meeting tonight so you can hear about it. And before you know what's happening, this process is a done deal. Congratulations. We bounce right to the top. Once again, I'm Honorable Richard Nadi, founder and the CEO of SWIFTtrip. See you by 8 p.m. tonight. Bye-bye.